Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art. I'm making this video to respond to some comments on my channel on my last video when I was talking about Elon Musk taking a wrecking ball to our government and Donald Trump being a traitor. One of the commenters said something like, well, Washington is all corrupt. They're all just taking our money, and talking about like sleepy Joe Biden, that Trump is like Biden or something like that. But I want to be clear here. The term Sleepy Joe is a political term. Joe Biden, and I'm no Biden fan, I actually blame him for Donald Trump. Biden is an old-time politician who believes in the Constitution. Biden did a really good job as president. He survived our economy. He passed some things, like he had to write into executive order some things because the Republicans refused to legislate, which Trump is just automatically off the cuff done away with everything, which is why now your diabetes medicine, your insulin is going to cost you $600 instead of $35. But this idea that the government is our enemy, this whole neoliberal idea, if you guys read Project 2025, in the foreword, the second item says they're going to dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the people, which means that the people get no assistance from the government. Before the New Deal, we had mass, widespread poverty in this country, massive poverty. The elderly people were selling pencils on the street corner to earn a few extra pennies. Children couldn't go to school because they couldn't afford to go to school. There wasn't any public education. There was some at the turn of the century, but not all the kids went to school. And many children, many women were housekeepers because people didn't hire women. We didn't have diversity, equity, and inclusion. So women got, scooted out of the business world. So children actually had to bring their children to work with them. I mean, this dream of going back to the good old days, you guys are going to find out hard how much you love our government. Because our Constitution was made for us. It's been a work in progress. Has it been perfect? No. Has it been abused? Yes. But you don't go in with a wrecking ball and instead of coming up with a document that highlights all the abuse, Elon Musk made his debut in the Oval Office as president of the United States the other day with his little brat on his shoulder. I shouldn't call the child a brat. It's not his fault. His dad is just a complete jerk. Elon Musk did not present us with evidence. Let's just be really clear. There was no evidence of corruption anywhere. Those attorney generals who got fired, those literally no evidence. In fact, it's illegal to fire an attorney general. You're supposed to tell Congress, and you're supposed to write up a report of all the abuse that they've done that warrants them being fired. They're employees with protections from the government. Now, I guess if you just go, which Elon Musk is doing, he's deleting these administrative systems where people are protected from their employers. So that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a robber baron mafia-style government where the politicians are afraid of the boss man and everybody's afraid to live their lives. We're all like going to be getting shaken down by our landlords, by the bankers, by God knows who. So it matters. Democracy matters, you guys. Like, what has happened is what year was it? 1982, I think it was, or 92. Anthony Scalia wrote an article, maybe it was 2002. Anthony Scalia, when they allowed Citizens United to stay passed, when they affirmed Citizens United that corporations are people. Essentially, what the Heritage Foundation did was pour billions of dollars of money into the media to propagandize and lie to the American population about what the value of government is. The government is not our enemy. The government is about us agreeing to, like, how are we going to keep our society in order? Agreeing upon, this is why democracy matters. Because do you want someone like Elon Musk telling us what we should be doing with our lives, or do you want us to make decisions, us to hire someone to go represent what we want? And don't tell me you don't get what you want, because Americans have it easy, or had it easy up until Donald Trump came in and set the wrecking ball out. What's going to happen is they're going to destroy all these things. They're going to take them, they're going to kick them in the knees. And then in 1 year from now, 6 months from now, when shit really hits the fan, because they have taken a wrecking ball to the administrative state, people are going to be without food. We're going to be without services. We're going to be kicked into third world status. We're already the United States is now considered a threat to the world peace because of Donald Trump's antics, because he basically wants Greenland for Russia. He wants to get the mineral resources from Canada and from Ukraine. I mean, it's beyond comprehension. The guy has, how anybody can think that Donald Trump is not a traitor is beyond me. Kash Patel, who he wants to run the FBI, is considered a not credible witness for having lied on the stand. That's the guy who's going to run the FBI. The man who's running the United States military is a drunk. He has no concept of world politics. J.D. Vance, instead of going to Europe and talking to people about how to resolve the Ukraine thing to help the Ukrainians, gives a lecture on democracy is falling apart in Europe, while Donald Trump is acting like a thug mafia don inside the White House. I mean, America is quickly becoming the laughingstock. You guys think you don't like your government? Just wait until Donald Trump privatizes the military and decides to just ignore the law and sends out what is going to be now his new Gestapo to start sticking people like anybody who doesn't like him into jail. I know it sounds far-fetched, but it's not. But this idea that the government is the enemy is just like, it burns me, because we have had a good system. Most of our kids have gone to school and gotten a basic education out of it. We didn't have to pay for their schools an extra boatload of money. I mean, it's beyond comprehension, the level of taking for granted what America has given us, and then just dogging I am one who dogs the Democrats. I'm no longer a Democrat because I can't take Democratic politics. But at heart, I'm a Democrat. I have Democratic values. I personally want to see Iron Fist Pelosi out of politics. I think she's as bad as Senator Chuck Grassley on the Republican side. So, but that doesn't mean they don't get things done. And in fact, it's kind of sad, because Republicans used to get things done too. Before Newt Gingrich, Republicans actually brought a lot to the table, until Newt Gingrich decided he's not going to cooperate with anybody and taught the Republicans how not to cooperate. And then Mitch McConnell took it on steroids. And then the 6 senators went to Russia and decided to seal the deal and become Putin's puppets. And that is where we're at today. The Republican Party are Putin's puppets. And in that regard, our government is not serving us. But that doesn't mean we don't need to fight for it. You ought to be calling your own elected officials 2 to 3 times a week. If you don't like what they're doing, call them up and tell them you don't like what they're doing. Contribute to their competitors when there's actually a race involved. Vote in every election. Vote for the school board people. Vote for everybody. Get to know who the candidates are. Get engaged in the political life in your environment if you don't like the way things are going. It's not easy, to be honest, because the political hooty-tooties, they don't like us. I've gotten involved with the Democrats. It's another reason I'm not a Democrat. They're snotty. But I'm still going to go and show up. I still show up at places. I don't care. I can't be like them. I am not like them. But I have a lot of the values. I believe in equity, and I believe that we need to take care of the elderly and the sick and the poor. And I believe that we need to have a good, strong military, but not too much military. The idea that our country has given Elon Musk, I couldn't believe this number I read today, $20 billion. Our government has given Elon Musk $20 billion. And he is the person who gets to take a wrecking ball to everybody's personal lives. So no, the Democrats are not exactly the same as the Republicans. In fact, the Democrats honor our Constitution. Republicans, since 2018, have just given a finger to the Constitution. That's why they ignored January 6th and say it was just a peaceful protest. When we saw what it was an assault on our government. January 6th was not a peaceful protest, and that salute from Elon Musk was a Nazi salute. And Donald Trump is a traitor selling out all of our assets to Russia. And that's why he's siding with Russians. That's why he's siding with the dictators of the world instead of the free world, because he doesn't believe in freedom. I see it. I'm at 11 minutes. I'm going to end here, but you can make comments. I hope you don't get insulted if we have this back and forth, but I just can't take this whole agenda of the neoliberalite lie, the libertarian lie that we don't need government. That's bullshit. We definitely need government. Government put in our roads, puts in our electricity, puts in the ley lines. Our government invests in its people. That's why we have a prosperous nation. You stop investing in people, you're going to have a third world nation. That's just what happens. Because the ultra rich, they're not going to be building the roads in the community. You think Elon Musk is going to lay down new ley lines and fix the roads and contribute to children's centers? Give me a break. You guys need to put your thinking caps on. That's all I'm saying. Ciao. Talk to you later.